In today's video, we'll be talking about a massive RPG that's in development by one of the biggest studios today. For Honor is seeing another update, Season 7, and we've got some details about that. DICE clarifies some confusion regarding Battlefield 5 and its Grand Operation mode and whether or not that'll be available at launch. Onrush has a little bit of an update. We've got a brand new game coming to the PlayStation 4 very soon, and it looks like a pretty quirky and interesting game, so I want to mention that. And Hello Games are very happy with No Man's Sky's success following the next update. More on that at the end of this video. First, let's talk about this massive RPG done by one of the biggest studios today in Blizzard. A new Diablo project of some sort is in development right now. Now, we don't know what this is. Most likely, it will be Diablo 4. It's been a very long time since Diablo 3 was released, and while Diablo has been associated more so with PC gaming, of course, Diablo 3 saw several releases on consoles. It was released on the PlayStation 3, released on the PlayStation 4, and I'm sure with the success that Diablo has had on consoles, that Diablo 4 would also be coming to whatever PlayStation console down the line that it is released on. This was confirmed through a job listing on Blizzard's website, and a job listing is for a dungeon artist on the Diablo franchise. The game itself is listed as an unannounced project, so it's not like this is more Diablo 3 content. And exact specifications of the job saying that they'll be working on something new and, quote, the minions of hell are growing stronger. We're working on a new unannounced Diablo project. Now, could this be a Diablo expansion? I doubt that. I think they would have listed Diablo 3 had that been the case. This really does sound like a brand new Diablo game. And again, I think enough time has passed where another Diablo game is justified, and considering how much time many of us have sunk into Diablo 3, there will be a lot more hours sunk into Diablo 4 if everything turns out well. Moving on from that, For Honor Season 7 Storm and Fury will be beginning in just a few days on August 2nd. This will be a brand new update, and with it will be coming a bunch of new changes, including major reworks, updated ranking system. On top of the new map, we do have hero reworks to the Valkyrie and Warden classes. And of course, this is all coming ahead of the Marching Fire expansion, and that is scheduled for a release on October 16th. For Honor is another one of those Ubisoft projects that didn't have the smoothest launch. It had some issues from the get-go, but another game that Ubisoft stayed committed to, and the experience has gotten better and better. That really seems to be the Ubisoft formula lately. We saw that with games like Rainbow Six Siege. The Division didn't have the best launch, and now For Honor has made a fantastic turnaround and has become one of the best multiplayer games on the market today. As Season 7 is launching, there will be more updates, and we've got Marching Fire on the way, and that'll be making the experience even more expansive.
Stop them. In order to do that, they have boiling oil, they have ballistas, they have archer, they also have their own army. And if they successfully destroy the battering ram, they win the game. Also, if they kill too many times the attackers, at one point the attackers can't respawn, and so defenders also win the game.
Have you seen it play out where you need quite a bit of diversity of heroes, diversity of feats?
Yes, so the interesting thing with Breach and the way we designed the mode, we wanted the mode to really take full advantage of all the different abilities of the heroes, but also of their feats. If you want to escort the battering ram, you will either select a character that is good at killing pikemen or that is good at actually buffing their own.
Speaking of multiplayer games, one of the biggest multiplayer games coming later this year is Battlefield 5, and there was a little bit of confusion on whether the Grand Operations mode will be available right away from the get-go. The official Battlefield website stated that Grand Operations will be available shortly after launch, which disappointed a lot of gamers. Operations is one of Battlefield's selling point, but this has now been clarified with this post. Quote, a previous version of this article stated that Battlefield 5 Grand Operations would be available shortly after launch based on development plans as of June 9th. DICE clarified saying, you can deploy in Grand Operations at launch and as part of Tides of War, the Battlefield 5 live service where you'll fight across other unseen and unplayed battlefields of World War II. So that's good to know, and Battlefield 5 will be seeing its official release on October 19th. Moving on from that, one of the more underrated racing games released this year was Onrush. That was a very good game. I think what really held this game back, however, was the price point. It did release at a full price point, and I just don't think it was worth that. But the game itself is very good. Many of you probably checked out the beta, but didn't give the full game a shot. Well, it is a very good game, and the Twitter account for Onrush just put out this. Hey guys, we just wanted to let you all know that we have a big update coming at the start of August, which includes something a lot of you have been asking for. We also have a whole lot more to come too. Thank you all for your patience, and stay tuned, #Onrush. If you played Motorstorm back on the PlayStation 3, then Onrush is a game that you're really gonna enjoy. It's a very arcadey racer, so you don't have to be a super racing game aficionado to enjoy this. Onrush is a racing game that's very accessible and very easy to get into, so it's great to see that Codemasters are sticking with the game.
Overdrive is Onrush distilled to its purest form. Take down your rivals and take risks to earn boost. Then burn it off to add points to your team. Word to the wise, the best drivers can chain those boosts together to earn points like a round-stealing grandmaster. The winning team will be those that can earn and spend boosts the fastest. Switch is like the fastest, most destructive game of...
Moving on from that, a brand new and very quirky game is coming to the PlayStation 4 next month, and that is Super Life of Pixel. And the description touts this: join Pixel as he quests through gaming history, teleporting across the most iconic video game systems of generations past. Move, think, jump, or die. It's a very quirky platformer with a great art style. Of course, visually, while in the technical sense it's not anything to write home about, if you are a fan of older games, it is a love letter to you. It's got so many unique quirks and 19 historically inspired consoles with over 100 levels. This is a game that I could very well see be a sleeper hit. Give the full gameplay trailer a look for yourself, and the game itself will be launching on August 22nd on PlayStation 4, and it will be coming to the PlayStation Vita for the 4 of you that are still playing on that. And finally, we've been talking a lot about No Man's Sky after the next update, and it seems like gamers are really in tune with the experience, as it has become one of the most played games in the world this week. That's on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Sean Murray posted a tweet saying, quote, "Never thought we'd be here 2 years later. NMS is one of the most played games in the world this week on PC, PS4, and Xbox. Each day has been bigger than the last. Presumably, Joe Danger is just out of shot." If you don't know, Joe Danger was their prior game, and Joe Danger is actually a fantastic game. Not a lot of people know about it, but a great arcade game released back in the PlayStation 3 days. No Man's Sky obviously had a massive amount of hype going into its August 2016 release. Unfortunately, that hype and potential didn't really materialize, but now 2 years later, the game is what it should have been at launch. I know that's not a reason to give Hello Games a free pass, but they could have very well just taken all of the sold copies, taken the money they had gotten from No Man's Sky, and just call it a loss and move on from there. But now they have actually rebuilt their reputation to a point. There are still going to be gamers out there that won't forgive them, and I can understand why. The game was just a mess at launch, but now it has actually become a very competent gaming experience, and considering the fact that the game is discounted, it is no longer $60. You can find it pretty cheap at this point. On PC, Steam's got a discount for it down to $30. You can find it readily available physically on the PlayStation 4 for $20. It's discounted on the PlayStation Store for $27. At this point, you're not paying that launch $60 price point, and the game has gotten more content. It is such a better experience than what we paid $60 for back in August of 2016, so good on Hello Games for that. And again, all of these updates have been free, and they will continue to update the game and make No Man's Sky a better experience. Is it perfect? Absolutely not, but it is a hell of a lot better than it was 2 years ago. So that is going to conclude this video. A brand new Diablo game is in development. Blizzard has confirmed that, and there's a job listing specifying that. For Honor Season 7 will be kicking off in just a few days. Battlefield 5 Grand Operations will be available at launch. Don't worry about that. Onrush has a big update coming. Keep an eye on Super Life of Pixel. That game is coming on August 22nd, and it's a game that could end up surprising a lot of people. And Hello Games' No Man's Sky continues to grow after the next update. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.